Older women know the difference between attention and intention, and today we're revealing the 7 powerful signs that prove a man isn't just interested. He's genuinely into you. Get ready to spot the truth behind his actions, because real connection doesn't lie. The world may still carry its stereotypes, but the truth is quietly rewriting itself. More and more men are drawn to older women, not for reasons of fantasy or novelty, but for depth, maturity, and something that feels more real. When a man is truly into an older woman, it isn't always loud or obvious, but it is sincere. It shows up in his eyes, his behavior, his patterns, in the little things he does when no one is watching, in the way he shows up without needing attention for it. Let's begin this exploration into the first 4 signs that reveal when a man is genuinely into an older woman and isn't just passing through. Number 1, he listens to her differently. There's listening, and then there's listening. When a man is truly into an older woman, he doesn't just nod along to her words, he absorbs them. He's not waiting for his turn to speak. He's not mentally distracted or politely enduring her stories. He's there, with her, fully present. He values her experience, her wisdom, her perspective. Maybe she's sharing a memory from a past relationship, or an insight from years of navigating the working world, or simply a quiet reflection on life. He doesn't tune out. He leans in, and he doesn't interrupt. Because to him, her voice matters. Her past isn't baggage, it's a map. One that helps him understand who she is now. He doesn't just hear what she's saying, he hears what's beneath it. And the most telling part? He remembers. Days later, he'll bring up something she said casually, an offhand comment about her favorite wine or how she used to love hiking at sunrise. And he doesn't mention it to impress her. He mentions it because it stayed with him. That's the difference. When a man is truly into an older woman, he doesn't just want to impress her, he wants to understand her. Number 2, he's not intimidated by her confidence. Many older women carry a certain air, one that's born from experience, not ego. It's the kind of confidence that doesn't seek validation. She knows who she is. She's walked through fire. She doesn't need permission to take up space. And the truth is, that kind of presence can rattle the insecure, but not him. When a man is truly into an older woman, her confidence doesn't intimidate him, it attracts him. He doesn't shrink in her light. He stands in it, unafraid. Not to compete, but to complement. He doesn't feel the need to prove he's smarter or stronger. He doesn't play the outdated game of dominance. Instead, he respects her strength and finds it incredibly sexy. He sees her independence not as a challenge to his masculinity, but as an invitation into something real, something equal, something powerful. He's not threatened by her success, he's proud of it. And more than that, he wants to learn from her, grow with her, share in that energy that took her years to cultivate. He knows her strength isn't a wall, it's a door, and he wants to walk through it with respect. Number 3, he makes space for her, not just time. When a man is truly into an older woman, it's not just about making time for her, it's about making space for her. Time is easy to give. Anyone can squeeze in a dinner or a call, but space? That's about priority. That's about emotional real estate. He includes her in his life, not just as a date, but as a person who matters. He tells her about his plans, his fears, his dreams. He wants her thoughts, not just her presence. He doesn't keep her in the background. He brings her into his world. Maybe it's inviting her to meet friends, not in a showy way, but because her company enhances the moment. Maybe it's updating her when something big happens at work, not because he has to, but because she's the first person he wants to tell. And it goes both ways. He respects her space, too. He doesn't barge in or cling. He recognizes that she has a life, a routine, a rhythm that existed before him. And instead of trying to dominate that rhythm, he seeks to understand it. Because he doesn't want to fit her into a mold. He wants to fit with her, And that kind of space making, that's not casual, that's emotional investment. Number 4, he shows consistency, not just passion. You'll often hear people say, "He's really into me," "He texts all the time," or "The chemistry is off the charts." And while those things can be true, passion isn't the strongest signal of real interest. Consistency is. When a man is truly into an older woman, he doesn't just come in hot and then vanish. He shows up regularly, emotionally, logistically, intentionally. He doesn't ghost. He doesn't play. He's not confused. He communicates with clarity. Older women don't have time for inconsistency, and he knows that. He respects her time, her energy, her history. He knows she's seen every type of game, and he wants to be the man who plays none. Maybe he confirms plans without prompting. Maybe he checks in just to see how her day's going. Maybe he remembers when she has an early meeting and sends a short message. "You've got this." These may seem like small things, but they reveal a deep truth. He's invested. Because consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about being reliable. And for many older women, reliability is everything. It's not about the grand gestures, it's about the man who keeps showing up. Where fire meets foundation. These first 4 signs mark something significant. A man whose heart is not just curious but committed, not just intrigued by the idea of an older woman, but drawn to who she truly is. He listens deeply. He respects her independence. He makes space in his life, and he brings consistency to hers. That's not a man who's playing. That's a man who's here. Number 5. He's curious about her past, but doesn't judge it. Older women carry lifetimes with them. Stories, mistakes, victories, relationships that came before, scars, both healed and tender. And any man who steps into that space must be prepared not only to hear those stories, but to hold them. When a man is truly into an older woman, he wants to know her past, not to compare, criticize, or compete, but to understand. He listens when she talks about her first marriage. He's interested in the choices that shaped her career. He asks about the things that made her who she is, not because he's nosy, but because he knows her past is part of her truth. And most importantly, he doesn't flinch when the past is complicated. He doesn't get insecure when she mentions someone she once loved. He doesn't recoil from her emotional depth. He doesn't try to fix her or save her from the weight she carries. Instead, he honors it. He sees her not as someone with baggage, but as someone with layers. And he knows those layers are what make her rich, complex, and utterly compelling. He doesn't just love the version of her that stands before him now. He reveres the woman she became because of everything she's been through. And that reverence, that's not a crush. That's love. Number 6, he supports her independence, not just her desires. Older women have their own worlds, their own dreams, goals, obligations. And they often don't want a man to complete their lives. They want someone who can coexist in it with grace, mutual respect, and shared purpose. A man who's truly into an older woman doesn't just chase her affection. He supports her freedom. That means cheering for her when she wants to travel alone, respecting her need for solitude, encouraging her ambitions, even when they have nothing to do with him. He's not afraid of her independence. He values it. He doesn't need to dominate her time. He's not threatened when she sets boundaries or takes space. Instead, he adapts. He finds strength in the balance. He knows that healthy love allows for individuality. Maybe he encourages her to start that business she's dreamed of. Maybe he offers help watching her grandchildren when she's swamped. Maybe he shows up at her art exhibit or volunteers at a cause she believes in. Not to be seen, but because he genuinely wants to stand beside her. He's not asking, how can she fit into my life? He's asking, how can I support hers? And that shift from possession to partnership is a mark of real love. Number 7, he talks about the future, and he includes her in it. This is where everything changes. When a man is deeply into an older woman, He doesn't see her as a chapter. He sees her as part of the story. And that shows in how he talks about the future. He says things like, "Next spring, we should try that wine country trip." Or, "I could see us getting a place near the coast when we're older." He doesn't avoid long-term conversations. He invites them. Even if they're not planning marriage or starting a family together, he still thinks in terms of we. He asks about her retirement plans, her goals, her bucket list. He wants to know where she sees herself in 5 years, not because he's doing an interview, but because he wants to be there with her. He's not afraid to invest, not afraid to build, not afraid to commit, even if her age means that commitment looks different from a younger relationship. Because love, to him, isn't about how many years they have. It's about how they choose to spend them. And when he includes her in his future, not out of obligation, but desire, that's the final undeniable sign. He's not just into her. He's in love with her. If you found yourself nodding or smiling at any point in this video, chances are you've seen these signs in real life. Or maybe you're still waiting for them. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep, honest conversation like this one. Until next time, stay confident, stay wise, and stay exactly who you are.